Aloha, everybody. Welcome.
Aloha.
Welcome to Wednesday. I'm Primo Kimo, and this is my lovely wife.
A side of spam.
Banshee. Spam a lot. And welcome to the, what do I call this? This is eBay group therapy. Also match game. We'll do both. So welcome everybody. I know there's people in there because I saw you. I see you in there. Even though it doesn't say anything yet. It still says there's nobody, but yet there's 12 people. Perhaps you 12 people would enjoy thumbs upping the video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. So we can get to 1,000. So then we can make money off of YouTube. Okay, enough of that. That's great. There it is. It just popped up to 12. Now if I could get the chat to work, we will have Aloha. Hey now, Biff Boffo. We start off with a California native, Boffo. Biff Boffo. I just want to call you like a normal name all the time. But Biff immediately takes me to Back to the Future.
Yes, I like that.
Freya's in the house. Aloha, Freya. Welcome to the show where we both talk about important eBay information and also we commiserate over
Patricia,
the eBay. Aloha, Patricia.
It's foggy here in Vermont, too.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're not that far away. I mean, really, if you just went straight down.
Like, what, 9 hours or so?
89. To touch Pennsylvania. If to touch Pennsylvania, I think it's not that far. I'm trying to think right now. So you'd have to go all the way down. Yeah, so you'd go down to like Albany, New York, and then you'd cut over. So that's 3. It's probably like 6 hours. We could touch it.
6? Oh, okay.
Remember that place when we went down there to Warminster and we picked up all those records and stuff and we dropped off video games and we did that whole thing? We went down this corridor of death, Patricia. It was like, I think it was like New Jersey to Pennsylvania. And again, we were going to Warminster. And it was just littered with carcasses of dead animals. I mean, every 100 feet, there was another exploded deer. Either the deer were just like going there to explode or they were getting really
Frickin' Frack the Hoard!
Aloha!
Dog has been activated.
The dog... He has treats on the desk, and he knew where they were. He's so smart.
Howdy, Jack.
He knows how to shove
Kent,
tiny
hi.
foods into his tiny mouth.
Good afternoon. Oh, thank you.
Oh, that was just the leftovers from the bag.
I have another secret one for you.
Oh, my goodness, Poki. Is this the best day you've ever had? Life is so simple, right? If we could all just be little puppies in your mommy's lap, just being hand-fed treats all day long. I would like that. Me, please. Sign me up.
He is so shiny.
Aloha, Jack and Gina and Kent. And aloha to... we already said hi to Patricia, but we can say hi again. And in this case, let's just use that horn.
Jack, he might have to call Hey Fro.
And wake him up.
He's 3 hours behind, but it's 11. No, it's 10.
Yes, and may I just ask right off the bat,
gnarly shirts.
Without
Thanks.
putting, thank you very much.
Ladybug, aloha to you. You're also Pennsylvania.
Oh wow, that's awesome. For some reason, I think it was because of your Aldi bug, Lady Aldi bug. I'm thinking I always put like immediately create a whole life story for somebody just based on their name.
Wait.
And I thought you were from Britain. I was pretty sure you were from Britain, and you liked ladybugs.
Jack was like, it's 8 a.m. there, and I'm thinking, wait, no, it's not. And then he goes, wait, sorry, I'm stupid. No, you're not stupid.
Aloha from Tallahassee, Florida.
Wow.
That's like 8 hours ahead, right?
8 hours ahead.
From Vermont. Is that how time works? I don't know. But please, everybody, if you don't mind remaining, just a little brief disclaimer that should any tempers arise today, please just try to keep keep cool. And then we don't have any problems.
Yeah, that's so funny, Jack. He's like, it's 10 a.m. there, but it's like 6 a.m. for Hey
It's
Bro.
like it's like 2 a.m. for Hey Fro.
He might. Well, doesn't he stay up late?
We haven't heard from him basically since his wife got back, which is great.
He's now occupied with.
I'm glad that we were able to fill in some of the lonely times
Come on up.
that he did have. What are you doing, sweetie? Jump up. You got to get up here. How are you going to get your treat if you don't eat your pudding? Huh? Tiny. So tell everybody about your birthday. It's Valentine's Day.
Huh?
The dog.
Oh.
I thought maybe if I just asked him to talk, he would, and then we'd be super impressive YouTube channel. People would come here.
That would be amazing.
I don't remember who was asking to leave a very generous person yesterday wanted to leave us a super chat.
Oh, Jeff. No.
Was it Jeff Zenick? No.
Oh.
Did you write it down? I think you wrote it down. But anyway, we don't have any ability to accept money yet. So we're still waiting we need 1,000 subscribers. We need 25 more subscribers. Then it takes like a month to go through like the background, whatever they do in the background to verify your AdSense account and everything. And then we will start making exactly 10-minute videos that are the perfect size to squeeze the most advertising revenue. And we can just say like the same thing over and over, over and over, over and over.
Kent,
over and over,
he's like, Maria's been help log it up.
Over and over, over and over. I'm just going to do that and we're going to copy it and just dupe it.
Okay.
Over and over. Over. Yeah, I got bored with that already. Jeff has no excuses not to be here. Oh, well, he does like his beauty sleep. Yes, he does. I haven't slept past, I've been pretty much on a 5 o'clock a.m. schedule lately. A lot of it, it didn't really have to do with doing the nuclear reset, but I do like to have that done by 6:30, which I think is the latest that, people might be waking up on the East Coast and looking at eBay and looking for things. So I want to have it done early as possible.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Isn't that important and impressive? Thank you.
You've always been an early riser, so.
I'm an early riser, which means I go to bed relatively early too. But 10 o'clock, nothing crazy. But like when I used to do the raves and do all staying out all night as a youngster, as the youth do, I just wouldn't sleep. So it was always terrible. I can't go to sleep during the day. Like we had the nap. Remember we had the nap day?
Yeah, we used to take naps.
We had a nap day around Christmas somewhere. It was like right when we dropped in page views. And it went from, we had 0 sales, and it was like 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm like, this is so depressing. And so we went to bed, and we woke up at 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon to cha-ching, 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 which was so weird. So we know that.
Then taking the nap was the trick. Mm-hmm. So, yes, that is our recommendation, as it was.
If eBay ain't going well,
a week or so ago, is take a nap.
It was like 2 weeks ago. Because then after that, for like 2 weeks, we had what is it called? We had banger. We had banger sales for 2 weeks. Now they're back down to lame, but that's expected.
Jack is saying that the last 2 days I've had more bad offers than at any time in the past year. Anyone else experiencing this?
Bad offers.
Like
what do you mean?
Low balls, you mean?
Low balls? Okay, so how about this, Jack? That I think we did mention this the other day on the live we did. They all run together. I can't remember which one, but we had an experience where, and I thought even this morning we were just talking about it, and I thought for sure it's something that I did. Hi, Bay. How you doing, Bay? Are you my Bay? Yes, Bay.
Well, we had a person that was hovering around a CD. For several days.
And because I do the nuclear reset, if you don't leave an offer, and I can either keep watchers or not keep watchers. I'd like to keep them for a week or so, but sometimes I don't. And in this particular case, this CD was a Circuit City CD. This guy lowballed me at like $6. So, and I'm like, no, $16. So then he just doesn't do anything. I relist the item. He gives me another lowball item of $6. I know it's the same guy. And then I'm back at him with like a more reasonable, like $12 offer. He comes back at $9. I'm like, well, hot damn. Let's get this rolling. Let's get this old CD out in the mail. I accept it, and not only it said he won the offer, but the sale was not in my awaiting payments or in a paid for status. It was nowhere.
Or sold.
It was not claimed by this person. So that was the last time we called eBay, and we called in and spoke with a person who, she said she knew what she was talking about, and they were rolling out this.
B-Dog.
They were rolling out this new thing for in October and December about offers, so that essentially, if you didn't have auto pay on, maybe I can choose whether to accept not auto pay offers. Maybe they've actually released something else in the back end where I can make a choice to if people have auto pay on or not. So when they make an offer, they have auto pay to pay you. That's their solution for getting people to pay for their offers.
But if they don't have auto pay on to pay you when they make an offer to the seller,
the item stayed out there in eBay land. Aloha! Oops. Aloha, Big Dog too. Sorry, we'll just catch up real quick.
And Big Dog, B-Dog, A-Dog, B-Dog, subscribed from his second channel.
Oh, nice. Okay, you get another one of those. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And we just need 24 more, and then we can be rich. Rich.
I mean, this guy right here goes through treats like mad.
I know. We need treat money.
It will be his treat money. But anyhow, so yeah, so when we called eBay, the customer service rep said that if people do... Wait, are you going to finish this story?
No, I'm waiting for you. Look how excited I am. I'm on the edge of my seat. What's going to happen?
If buyers send an offer to the seller and the seller accepts it, well, if the buyer doesn't have auto pay set up, the item is still available on eBay to anybody else that might come in and pay for it immediately.
Or the offer was sent out to.
Yeah, if you sent out multiple offers.
The only thing I can see that this solves in any general way.
So we never sold it.
So it didn't get paid for, even though the guy won the offer. I have the email saying he won the offer, but he never... Not only did he not pay for it, it never went into my he needed to pay for it folders.
And we were wondering, did this person even know that they actually didn't pay for their item, or did they get a message from eBay telling them like, hey, this item is still available for other buyers? Like, pay for this now?
I mean, I've gotten similar things. It's very confusing to me. It's the first time that's ever happened. But anyway, the item, we still own the item, and it just never got technically claimed. But because it was happening around the same time I was doing the nuclear reset, I'm like, did I end the item that he put the offer in on, and I got the message that he accepted it, but I ended it somehow? I don't really know. But what that leads to is the ability for people to leave low ball offers all over the platform.
True.
So just go out and just throw out low balls everywhere and see what sticks. So, Jack, maybe that's what is happening. Maybe that is what you're getting faced with, is low offers.
Jack,
wait, Ladybug said that too. A lot of low offers, and you counter high, and that's the end of that.
I can't believe Patricia. That stinks. She's had no offers or sales since Christmas. We had a little rush of sales, but
we had huge, like it was normal. Christmas for 2 weeks of December. Normally it would be all 4 weeks, but for 2 weeks we had actual equivalent to last year's numbers, which were good, what we expect in December. But what was surprising? No, it wasn't surprising. No, it wasn't surprising at all. What sells around right now are the records, everything we sell pretty much, but the vintage computer parts and computers. Records, because people like music around Christmas for some reason. That just seems to be what happens. And we've sold so many cassettes, music. We sold a lot of music.
Music's a good thing. And Gina is saying that she has had 4 sales that stayed in limbo for almost 48 hours each.
Really? Like,
so
what
that
kind,
they
Gina?
Didn't end up paying.
Like, they just waited there, or they like where were they waiting in limbo? Because this one that we sold, that we got a message saying it was accepted, the offer was
it
complete.
said you made so and so the winner of this item, which
go.
I thought the terminology was weird with winner, because it, you usually hear that with auctions. But it was a buy it now.
But then it wasn't in my awaiting payments or awaiting shipping. It never showed up there. So I'm wondering where yours limboed out. Let's see here.
And Jack was saying that, or I'm sorry, Kent was saying that he doesn't have. Can you scroll down a little?
Oh, I could do that. Look at me.
Oh,
I'm
wow,
all proficient
you were really
with the mouse. People say more words than I can read.
Oh yeah, Jack is saying he always keeps auto pay off, and that's sort of, we want to do that. Well,
is it the same auto pay because I want people to be able to choose like I do have it off that says immediate payment. Is that different than auto pay? And that's the question. I mean, it is. Can I, as a seller, choose whether or not a person has to have auto pay turned on? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, when they rolled that out,
when the moon hits,
do you remember that was a big topic? I feel was it end of summer, fall, and we selected to not require auto pay.
No, we did not require immediate payment.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So that people could buy multiple music items. We could.
Jack is saying that too. That's why he keeps it off because he gets.
Where regulars want bundles, yes. Yeah. So the terminology wise, that's immediate payment, and then the auto pay is for purchasing something you bought on eBay.
Good morning, Veronica the boss.
Aloha, Veronica the boss.
Yeah, Gina, she's saying, yes, I'd love to know how they get notified and how many times do they get a reminder to pay.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I haven't had to do it lately, so they've made some improvements to the system, obviously. But I used to be very much like once I got a sale, I sent out an invoice. And that way I could tell if something was paid. Now, the invoice function is usually not there. I think that's because, is he in my armpit? I feel like he is.
Oh, he's all squished in.
Oh, he's such a little warm
Oh, can you make
nugget.
sure just to keep the scroll down so we can see?
Oh, keep the scroll down.
Whoa.
That's what she said. No, Patricia had no offer since Christmas Eve. Wow, that was
no offers or sales.
Wow.
Yeah.
But to counteract a low offers is just come back with a reasonable one. If somebody says $1, they're not reasonable. Always come back with an offer. And even this Christmas, we've definitely had people come in low balls, and then I send them a reasonable offer, and then they pay for it because they're totally fishing. And that's okay. I'm just wondering if this new feature
is allowing buyers to
do it more easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They put out the same offer to 3 sellers selling the same item and see.
Yes,
which
and that way they
accepts
don't,
it.
Because otherwise, if you put out an offer, you had to wait until someone accepted it. So I understand as a buyer, I'm hot to trot. I need the newest Tony, single, and I need it now. So I can throw out some offers, but if I don't hear back from somebody, I just need it. I need that Tony in the USPS Express routed to my cassette player. So I get it. I get people are impatient, but I don't want to leave them a place where they can do that. That doesn't seem great.
Could you?
Not for me as a seller.
You're not keeping the scroll bar down like I've asked you.
I don't want to because then we have to read everything. It's so much. It's a novel.
I could help you get through them.
Wait, I can read sometimes. Okay, here we are. I never let people counter on my offers because I know they're going to come back with $1 on a $100 item. And yeah, you do have that choice to turn off counter offers.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I gotta.
we keep counter offers on.
Yeah, we do. Mm-hmm. And mostly, because my prices are high enough to where I've built in the discount. So I send out 25% off offers. That is built into the price. And if I didn't have that built into the price, would I be selling all these things? No. I feel like I'm pretty sure if I went and looked at it, which I don't want to do right this second, but if I went to my back office, I'm pretty sure it would say 80% of our items are from offers.
Yeah. probably.
So I must keep offers going.
Hi, Lag.
Aloha, Lag.
Yeah, and
Lag likes to see stuff. He likes to see items.
Biff was saying the new offer rules are frankly a dumb feature. So far it seems a little dumb and
seems a little wonky that people can throw out just as many offers as they want and only have to buy the one that they actually want, or that's the cheapest. I would assume.
Well, and we had no idea. We were very confused by what had happened.
And when we
but
called
we haven't
in,
seen it since though. So
we called into
weird.
eBay and talked to a nice non-continental person who most certainly sounded like she knew what she was saying and knew what we were saying, and I felt confident in that. But then I just ended up saying, feeling like, is that really what they changed stuff to? Boy, everything is so seller friendly and like not necessarily that great for buyers when they instigate a tool like that. Auctions got killed. Jack says auctions got killed because eBay turned that switch on for a bunch of sellers. Thus, those without payment on couldn't bid. Oh. Okay, for the auctions, yeah, okay.
And Gina was saying that looks like she got lucky. They all paid when hers were in limbo, and yeah, Jack was saying I end up sending a message with about 1 day left, not a new invoice.
Gina, I'm not sure specifically what you mean there, but I'm guessing you mean that you don't want to start the timer over. But it's 4 days from when they purchase the item, so it doesn't really matter how many times you send an invoice. Because I have heard people say that before. At least it hasn't happened with me. So on the 4th day, if they haven't paid, eBay automatically ends the sale and relists it for me. And I can send as many invoices as I want. I just haven't had to do it lately.
We've never had that happen where sending an invoice restarts the clock. Never.
No.
I thought that was just a rumor.
It's a wives' tale. You should know that. Don't you have a book of tales? Because you're a wife.
Yeah.
They didn't give you one when you got married?
Let's see.
Brandon's best said, my nuclear reset was to end my entire story and beginning to relist them all over with new
photos and titles.
New photons. Well, that's very good. I can't imagine that you're not going to get somewhere with brand new photons.
But you're doing new photos and title.
That's I mean, but I don't know what your store looks like, and maybe you recognize that you need the
how many items do you have?
Better titles and photos. And for sure you're ending and selling similar, right? Don't relist the old items because you just get the same old number. It may or may not be it is a huge lift in your listings to end and sell similar, not to relist. But sometimes we use those terms interchangeably, even though they're totally separate.
B-Dog like the Tony.
I mean, people are hot. They need that. They need their whatever they need off of eBay. I like to really feed into that thing. So, like yesterday. Well, okay. So this is our new segment. It's called the Cha-Ching.
Oh, I don't even know about this.
This is how you eBay. Okay, that's what it's called.
This is how you eBay.
So we made a sale. It goes back to November 1st, and it was for a single Atari cartridge of Pitfall with the instruction manual. Sent it to a person in Washington State, and I got an email on the 26th of December, which was 2 days ago, saying that, oh, by the way, the cartridge doesn't work. So what's the first thing, what goes through your mind if you got that email? First of all, I'm in message in eBay. First of all, what I thought was, oh, snap, they got a Christmas present, or they used it for Christmas. And they bought it November 1st, doing all their shopping on November 1st like a good little Christmas person. And then they gave it to somebody or themselves, and they didn't test it until December 25th. And on December 26th, they're like, Christmas time.
I know. I felt so bad. Oh, gosh. It was probably a Christmas
We
gift.
ruined their Christmas. So they said, just so you know, it doesn't work. And I'm like, would you like me to send you a new one? Can I send this fast enough? Do you mind if I send you a new one? Because sometimes people actually don't want you to make up for. You
said, I'll happily send you a new one. Will that work for you? And they said, yes, thank you.
So she couldn't leave me negative feedback. She couldn't do anything because it's been 60 days almost. And I don't offer returns, only 30-day returns. But I just want to say,
thankfully we had.
Wait, can you pat me on the back, please?
Good
Thank you.
job.
This is how you eBay. If you happen to have an extra Pitfall cartridge. And of course, the price matters. In this particular case, there's no problem. But it was well out of the return. But the product enjoyment was it was $20. So maybe that's why.
What would you have offered if we did not have another cartridge?
No, it was $30, actually. That's right. Because I was really happy when I realized we had a replacement and she wanted it, as opposed to having to pay her back the $30.
But yeah, okay, we would have paid her back.
In this particular case, yeah, because this person isn't holding anything over my head. They're being a very sincere person. They're saying, by the way, it didn't work. You know, that's disappointment. That's what I read into it. And
I know.
If I can do something about that, I will. This is how you eBay.
Ching.
Okay, that's our segment.
So, hi, Jen. Hi,
aloha.
6x6. I hit the notification, but lasagna made me late.
I wish there was I wish YouTube could just
and
eject,
then
have a peripheral that just
Jack
ejected
is saying that he
lasagna.
did test the invoice reset, and it is real.
I've never had that issue in the sense that I can relist the items after 4 days, cancel and relist. I've never had any issues with that. eBay pretty much doesn't let you relist items manually before 4 days or whatever you have it set at, I think. So I think 4 days is the minimum. But if somebody doesn't pay me within 4 days and they haven't contacted us, of course, yeah. We had several sales over Christmas where people are like, because they got an offer and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't pay for it till next week. But I want to take advantage of this offer. Can I accept it and be late with payment? Of course.
Yeah.
You can almost do anything with us.
Just tell us.
All you got to do is just ask. You have to ask permission while kneeling on your left knee, holding out your hand and kissing my ring. Of course not.
Always willing to let them pay a little later, as long as
it can't be too long,
us.
but a week is totally within it. If you have a problem that happened, it clearly happened.
Sorry.
2 months ago, but I know that you didn't do something nuts. Then yeah. You are covered by me.
Brandon's Best was saying that offers and promotions don't really work anymore.
Yeah.
Also was saying
everybody's
that
doing it.
coupons are not working either.
We don't use those because we found that they weren't working. So we don't use coupons, markdown sales. The thing that works is a high offer. So 20 or 25% offers. 15% offers we found, they just don't work enough of the time. 20% works better. 25%, I would say 75% of the time. There's so many numbers. 25% of the 30% of the 20% times the 13, 42. Niner. Did I hear niner in there? Yes. So if you 25% hooks the person 75% of the time.
And then Patricia was saying that she feels like her account had been turned off because she had great sales through the 23rd. And she knows that's controversial, but...
Controfusion.
Controfusional. And Jack was saying, yeah, it makes you wonder.
Sorry.
I had no sales on the 24th, 2 on the 25th, and 1 yesterday. I'm at 0 today. And Ken's wondering, is it best to send offers from the phone or PC?
We have never done any experimentation between the two. The only thing I noticed that happens when you use your phone or PC is that when I go, because she lists sometimes on the phone, sometimes on the iPad, and I do everything on the desktop. And when I go back into our descriptions of our items, the fonts are all messed up. I mean, like there's like one word is in one font and then other things. So it's more of an annoyance. I don't notice anything beneficial.
But during the night, though, when you wake up a gazillion times, you do send offers from your phone.
If I wake up to go to do whatever I got to do in the middle of the night, I check eBay. I mean, I'm just like a machine. Not a machine. Not a good machine. I'm a crappy machine, but I am a machine. So if I wake up, I will check that. It's just that I don't wake up, that often. If I was a machine, I'd wake up every minute, right? All right.
I like Patricia. Wives have a lot of wisdom. Ever hear of an old husband's tale?
No, you don't. because every one of them is a mystery of enigmas.
And Jack was saying he had a guy accept an offer, not pay in 2 days, so invoiced him. Then 4 days later, after he didn't pay, 6 total, I was able to cancel.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Patricia is saying because men controlled public discourse, women developed informal channels. That's exactly why. And we can also tell you exactly why counter height is counter height, because it's a 5'4" woman in 3-inch high heels can roll out pie dough. Not a joke. That's what counter height is.
Wow, Ladybug says she usually gives people about 2 weeks before she cancels the order and relists it.
Very, very generous.
And Biff is saying
and commendable.
Biff is saying I have 30-day payments.
That's for the 2 weeks payment. And I don't want to pay that. I'm too impatient to wait that long. But if someone asks, so I guess if you're in categories where people ask a lot. We don't get that many people asking. Like this whole year, maybe 5 total.
No, but we're willing to work with them.
Yeah.
We want the
provided
sale,
the kneeling and the kissing and the loving. They got to do all that. And send me a little book like with their family pictures or something.
Oh, Jens, what are we talking about today? It was disrupted.
We are talking about. Well, if we were sticking to the actual theme, we'd be talking about yesterday's theme, which I don't think I ever finished with, which was 2024 and what is coming up and how that what we're going to be working on most. 2024 is going to be the biggest cluster bomb that has ever gone off in the United States of America. This next.
It's going to be rocky.
It's going to be crazy. And it doesn't matter. We don't talk about. We're not on teams or sides or anything. We're all going to pay.
Well, election years are always rocky, so.
But this one's going to be extra. So the key is to keep yourself planted on the ground. So when you look at me, what's the first thing you think of? This dude has got his stuff together. I'm going to listen to him. He's got it all figured out. Well, you would be wrong. But I did write down words here, and it says, so work on blocking out the noise. I think I've heard a lot of people say that lately, but blocking out the noise, this is going to be, because we're going to still be dealing with eBay and how they're messing with us. It's going to feel that way. And then we're going to have the reality of the world around us. So it's not just going to be external nightmare. It's not just going to be the eBay internal nightmare that we're all sharing in a group nightmare. It's going to be the external nightmare of everybody going insane.
So just get some sleep aids.
Get a lot of sleep aids. Go invest in gummies. I'm guessing it would be the this year's gonna be a lot
Jen
of gummies.
Is saying she's finally having a decent day of sales. Okay. Oh wait, I haven't used my. Yes. And where's cha-ching? Oh wait, no. And then
So if we went back up to Jack saying he accepted an offer, not paid in 2 days, invoiced him, then 4 days later, and he didn't pay 6 total, I was able to cancel.
Yeah, we read that one.
Oh, did we?
Yes, we did.
Okay, well now I have consumed it. I have 30-day payments. Just to let me know. That's nice. Biff Boffo. That's a very generous payment policy.
Yeah, I know.
That's basically Walmart layaway plan at Biff Boffo's store. But you don't share your store, right? Which is fine. Not everybody wants to share. That's for sure. So did you read this one already?
Yeah. In fact, you acknowledged it.
I know. I don't know what I'm reading half the time.
Yeah.
Did you read this one?
Yeah.
Did you read this one?
I have customers who don't complain. No, unless it's a real thing, then I pay out. Had a forklift go through a package and destroy 78 RPM recently. Refunded, and I think I have a replacement. Aww.
Yeah, it's nice to take care of your customers. So that's one of the big things that happened this year is when eBay, it felt like eBay was messing with us. It felt like, when they literally cut out 50% of your sales, which at this point, it's all water under the bridge, and we've reached a floor. I'm feeling confident of that, and it's now we build ourselves up from here. Okay.
We're not going below sea level.
We're not going below sea level. Okay. But what is annoying is that this is how I treat my customers. I'm team eBay. I'm number one reseller, tiny reseller on eBay. You know, and I think most of the people that we're hanging out with here on eBay, YouTubers, I think most people are doing well. Look, if you can figure, there's a couple out there where I look at their feedback and I'm like, that's not accurate. But you're not giving the best user experience. But we live for it, do we?
Well, I think though that if you have a ton of items and you make a lot of sales. Yes. Then
that's what you said to me is that if you have 10,000 items, you're going to get one. And then I'm like, but are you really going to get a negative?
You're dealing with a ton of people. With
I know, but we don't deal with a ton of people, but we also don't get negatives.
But I'm just saying.
So if we just had more items
more customers you
dealt with them the same way,
the better of a chance that someone might complain. That's
you're right.
Just it.
You're putting more bombs in the water.
Yeah. And then a lot of people just
bombs. What are those things like? You know, you put the little spiky things. Well, they're not little.
Not a grenade.
Mine.
Yeah.
Sea mines. Yeah. I like those. I've always liked those sea mines.
Oh, and then Biff was saying he has 37,000 items, but my stored page says 24,000. I think I remember my boring reseller life. James has been
reporting on bad numbers.
Was talking about that.
And if you go look at
the numbers were all messed up, but. Yeah,
like they were off by hundreds, and if we go into our ad page, we haven't been there for so long because again, in case you forgot, we do 0% promotions at this time. We do 0% promotions, so we've enjoyed the entire fourth quarter basically mostly without any promotions. So that's why I feel confident we've hit the floor, and maybe if I turned on promotions, I would even go up, but I'm not ready to do that yet. Point I was saying was that. When we go into our advertising dashboard and you go in to choose a category in order to advertise in that category, and it doubles or triples our numbers. It says like 10,000 items. We have 10,000 items in this one category where we have 2,000 items total.
Yeah, lag. I was like, I'd brought my calculator if I knew there was going to be a math test earlier when you were like saying 70% of a.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like eBay needs their calculator. And Patricia was saying that eBay repeatedly tells her that she has no sold listings in the past 90 days. We were noticing that some of our higher price electronics that we have sold do not show up in our sold items. And we're like, that's weird.
They stay in paid and shipped items. They're in our back office, but they're not on eBay.
Right. When we look at our sold history, they're not there. It's really weird.
Not sure why that happens and why it only happens with the vintage computers, which are our highest grossing items, and high-end audio equipment. It seems to just disappear from sold inventory, so people can't use it to check prices. It doesn't. It doesn't show up in research either. Terapeak, I don't think.
There's always some wonky thing going on.
Yeah, there's multiple things. I mean, they're doing it for a reason, and the question is why, and how do we?
Can you scroll down, please?
Oh, I could. Sometimes just bought 3 items from me, and buy Jen, 2 get a free coupon.
That's cool. Your coupons are working.
Biff. Eba repeatedly tells me, you already read that. That's awesome. Let's see. Primo Kimo, these nuts are coming out next year for the elections. It's not just the Nutso one. No, there's nuts everywhere. It's mixed nuts. It's salted mixed nuts. They're gonna be everywhere. You're not gonna be safe from the nuts. And there is not. It's not a
Thank you, Biscuit Buns. He's saying, along with the kneeling and other stuff, don't forget they must subscribe.
Oh, please subscribe, everybody. Let's get excited and subscribe to the Primo Kimo, whatever this is called, our group therapy.
So Patricia and Biff, you're saying that it seems like it's the mobile app that is showing the numbers are incorrect, or just eBay in general? Biff is saying, my 90-day sold total shows a lot less in the app. Oh, yeah, than in reality.
Hayfroze is overly invested. I wonder, did Hayfroze have so many gummies he couldn't get up for our important meeting today? I think he wanted to sleep in because I gave him a chance yesterday. Remember? And that's why we got this sound effect. because I had to do my own sound effect. I didn't want to do that.
Oh, Jack is suggesting, I think you should do a couple of non-lives. Okay, maybe an end-of-year show to get in the algorithm and get those last 25 subscribers.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. We actually have some, so we'll put them out.
He thinks lives might be hurting. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for that suggestion,
I know
Jack.
lives are very good, but they can only be good if they're compared with something else. So I think you're right.
Ladybug's a greeting. I'm making up new words today. A greeting.
Oh yes, we can do that. We actually have some in the can, mostly in the can.
We just need to edit them and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and some of them are even edited. So yeah, let's do that.
After today's show, let's do that.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll take you over to we'll show you our inventory that we have to list. We'll take you over to our offsite storage place, and you can see why we don't need to buy any more stuff right now. Forever, maybe ever again. We still buy stuff. I mean, if you're walking around, if you're driving, my eyes do not turn off. So if there's something to be purchased.
Well, yeah. He has eagle eye. He'll spot something, and we're doing like a 180 in the middle of the road because he just saw something.
I see a shiny object in someone's backyard. I'm just like.
He puts on the siren on the roof.
My Kojak flip around.
Wait, there we go.
I think you should do. Oh wait, he already said that. Good idea. Despite some people thinking I hate eBay, I don't. I don't think you hate it, Jack. I think you're just frustrated.
Yeah.
I hate the management and what they put us through this year was almost criminal. You know, we're going to what we're going to do is just move on because we don't have a choice.
Yeah, we're going to get through it, everyone. We will.
And the new floor is the new floor for what it is, and you know, and again, I don't think obviously we're not going to have to change everything. We'll have to change a few things, and some things it'll be cross listing, some things will be, you know, whatever.
Yeah, and he's saying that he was talking with Hayfro and he likened it to a tsunami. We were at the beginning, which is to say we recognized what was happening, so they started experimenting.
Tsunami.
Jen, I have the 5-minute payment plan. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yes, for sure. Do you have the out of stock setting on? Then your sold items don't show up under sold. I don't. No, we don't. This was not a.
We have one of a kind things. We don't have multiples.
No, not multiples. Yes, the app is wonky. It's different. So that the app is a. I mean, she knows I bitch about. I totally bitch about just mobile platform in general, because the desktop and the mobile are two different computers. So they're literally, although they might look similar or have similar functionalities, they're different servers. They're different systems. So they are different.
What I can't stand with the app is you cannot see the item condition box on the app.
Yeah, they right, and the description you have to go boop boop. You have to double tap.
And so I feel
people don't see descriptions.
Don't they say that the majority of sales happen through the app, so people aren't seeing the
like 60%
the item condition.
Yep.
You can't even click on anything. At least with the extended lawn description, you just like click on the arrow to see that.
When the app designers decided that they want to make sales. So what they do is make it harder for you to find descriptions that show the true value nature of the item so that the sale will go through. And then afterwards, it causes problems.
But what's weird
That's the only reason to do that.
I haven't tested this, but I've noticed this. It seems like in some categories that we use, if you click on the item specifics, it will open up the item specifics, and it will show enter what we typed in the item condition box. But I feel it's only with certain categories that I've seen that, where if you click on the item specifics, it drops open all of your item specifics.
On the mobile app, it does this? You're saying?
Yes, but not with everything, because we always put in an item condition description.
Yes, always.
And when I just play around with the app, just checking it out, sometimes I see it in the item specifics drop down, and sometimes I don't, and I think it's only specific categories where it will show what we entered. But that's very frustrating because they do say that I think the majority of sales happen through the app. And, then people end up complaining that they got something that wasn't, described.
It doesn't happen often, but it has happened to us when clearly in the description we've said there's a crack or there's a problem where you're supposed to put that information. You can't put it in the picture, although actually she does. So if there's a crack on an item that's otherwise a very nice item, she'll put like a red arrow going right there. So there's no confusion, although people will still get confused. Jack says they just chatted with Jeff. He's in the basement looking for things, being a good reseller, unlike the rest of us. He's probably doing backstrokes in his big pile full of gold because he's such a good reseller. Biff says, if it narrows the search on my store to something that returns less than 20 items, my store number matches my seller hub. Oh, that's weird. A 300 item search is off by about 10, and so that's weird. Again, I guess it's just taking we know that searching for the same thing at different times a day can yield different, although you would sort of expect that because some things might have sold or new things have been listed, but there's no consistency to that number.
And then Jack was saying that the sad part is a lot of sellers don't know that there's even a problem. At least we know that this may be it, and thus can now make good choices based on recognition. Yeah. And he's saying using my phone to source at, say, an estate sale gives me the highest price items, not everything.
Well, I mean, if you can affect the market, if eBay owns a majority of the market and it's the go-to place to set the price. I mean, eBay is a price where auction houses go. So,
did you have a good Christmas? We did.
Hello, we had a great Christmas.
For sale. Well, personally,
Where's your favorite present?
Personally, yes, and eBay was, it was okay. Yeah. This is an eBay purchase that he got me, and
we buy old
this is
stuff.
my favorite Christmas gift this year. This little Palamo Picasso coin purse. And
that's a mid-century millionaire item, right? Like it cost $1 million in the 80s, but now it's cheap because it's old.
Yes,
but it's perfect.
I love it.
And we missed the Gucci watches. I wanted so badly like a 1980s Gucci watch, and it sold for such a reasonable price, but we just didn't do it because we were like, oh, we're poor. There's not enough sales. So then I had a bad Christmas. Kidding. Had a great Christmas. Thank you. But I did order. I've got 2 movie posters, Splash and War Games. I've had them since I was the age where I would have bought movie posters of Splash and War Games, like 16. And actually, Splash I've had since I was 12. I rode away to Walt Disney, and I was like, "Can I marry Daryl Hannah, please?" And they said no. But they did send me a picture of her, which was nice.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Did you tell me that story and I just left it from my memory?
And I did it before that. The Fox and the Hound came out, and I wrote away and I was like, can I marry the Fox and the Hound? I was younger then.
And they said, yes, you can.
They said yes.
And here's a picture. Yeah. Did they send you a poster of that one?
Yeah, they did. They sent me a signed autograph, like press kits. They would send out press kits to the kids.
I wonder if they do that nowadays. I doubt
Probably not, because everything's just digital.
Jack was saying, did we already read that? No. He has a question. eBay says the AI is designed for your habits. If you pay anything and that's shown in cookies, will eBay's AI only show you the most expensive, knowing your bad habits if you pay anything? Oh, do you hear my stomach growling?
Yes, I did. I'm going to have to now turn off the equipment.
Maybe that should be a sound effect.
I think that, yeah, it's all social engineering. Everything is going to be tipped. The people who are sitting there going, I'm designing this. They're going, why are you designing this? To squeeze money out of people. So yeah, I think it doesn't have to be terroristic in nature, but sometimes it ends up being. But then again, you can also say that the problems with eBay this year were something that had to happen, and we had to rip off the Band-Aid, so we all just suffered through that. That could be too. I mean, that could really honestly be that the people at the top do care, but I don't think why would they care? Because they got their solid gold Tesla helicopters and their Lamborghini toilets. Why do they care about the little people?
Lamborghini toilets? Yeah. That's so great.
They go fast.
Like says that's fantastic and aw.
Bought 7,000 movie posters in 1988 for $1,000. Oh my gosh. That was one of my very, very first collecting experiences. I was under 10, and I would go in and buy weird Disney things. So like a tile with Donald Duck, like a thermometer tile I had that forever. We may still even have it. No, I think I sold it. But what I really enjoyed about it was putting it in comic book bags and then putting little inventory numbers on it. When I was like 9, I was like, do I even want to sell this stuff? No. I want to inventory it. I want to make a little spreadsheet in my little graph book with my mechanical pencil.
That was a foreshadowing of your adult life.
It was. Well, I've literally been doing eBay my whole life, even before eBay ever existed. I didn't know how to sell stuff, though. That was the problem. Before eBay, thank you, eBay. Because before that, I just bought stuff and put it and collected it, put it in little boxes.
Pile.
You put it in a big pile until eBay came along. We could actually get rid of some of it.
Lag is saying, I thought this year was slow. Then I compared this year's total numbers to last year's, and I'm slightly up.
I know.
Guess it wasn't slow at all.
It was messed up is what happened.
I feel like a few other people have said the same exact
thing.
Look,
we are down 5% over last year. 5%. I had a broken ankle.
5%?
5 total percentage points. So we're down 5%. Most people are up a little bit. We're technically down, but we took off. You had FOVID and COVID. So that was like, I don't know, that derailed us for a month. I had a broken ankle, which derailed us for at least a month, meaning not as many things listed. So in other words, if we had to take a month off, each of us had to take a month off of a real job, how much money was that? So if you put it into real context, we're not down at all because we sort of had to pay.
What about the 50% sales down?
Yeah, we're 50%. They killed our sales 50%. Are you trying to figure this out right now? Why don't you figure this out not right now? I mean, you've only talked about it a million times, and every time you're like, huh? I don't know. Have you been able to pay for everything this year that you wanted to?
Right.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So
Patricia, oh my God, you are a Natural Museum Collections Manager.
I know. I'm a curator. I have my office will say curator of items.
And
Master
Jack
curator.
owned a comic store for 7 years.
Jackie did. Well, first of all, let me go back to the movie posters. So after I collected I started with Disney stuff. And then I went to movie posters. I mean, I didn't get very far because they were in the 80s. They were very, very expensive movie posters. And if you had, like, for instance, in the late 80s, if you had, like, Frankenstein, that was like $5-10 grand. I don't know. They went a lot. They were super, super expensive for original 1930s, 40s monster movies. They went through the bonkers. And that was, like, one of the first times I had one. Comics, I found Cheerios giveaway, Donald Duck's Atom Bomb, and I found it in my grandfather's shed. I was like, how did this get here? It had a termite hole drilled through it, and I took it into the comic book place and got like $150,
wow.
And I was sold on all this crap. I thought, you thought the year was slowly up. Yes, I mean, so this year was front loaded for us. So everything from January to June was normal. Then we got our legs cut off. Then we operated at 50%. And then that 50% grew, but we still lost only 5% over last year. But this was our highest grossing June, April.
Right. And had we stayed on that track, then
this would have been by far the biggest year ever.
But you're right. They cut the sales like our best month, they cut them in half, and then just ended up being.
I don't think we'll make it to. I think we'll be just shy of 6 figures this year.
So it's not necessarily a
No, it's a medium. It's like mixing those two together, sort of. But it was front loaded, so most of the sales came from the beginning of the year where it wasn't messed up. And then we had to fight a lot and work harder. So then we lost. Oh, there's some loss there.
Kimo Bay. Biscuit Buns. I would have signed up for Kimo Bay.
Yeah, let's do it. Kimo Bay on the district. So nobody ever answered my question from yesterday. What? Oh, Patricia was a museum curator and director. Wow, that's awesome.
That makes sense.
I love the idea of doing that. I mean, that's like a real job in the real world, so I wouldn't be suited for that. But I was the master archivist for Addison Wesley Publishing Company when I was 19, I'm guessing 19 years old. And I just had such a good game. I was just looking good. I had a good talk. I talked myself into this position in Menlo Park, California. It was a beautiful building. It was like their main archives of Addison Wesley. It's a textbook maker, in case people don't know who they are. But they had, decades worth of stuff, and they hired me as their head archivist. And they had a Macintosh computer, and it had a couple of games on it, and I got fired because I played games instead of archiving things. I was 19, though.
Jack was, Jack was
horn?
saying that.
No horn?
Oh. Jack is saying I opened in 1987 from the ground up when he was 19, dropping out of college, ran it for 7 years, and then the Navy base left, and the nuke site laid off 5,000.
And then that was it.
Yeah.
That's how shit works. Sorry, I swore. That was the first time I ever swore. That is how stuff happens, though. I mean, it is.
Like, easy with that J-O-B word. It gives me the sweats. Me too.
Yeah, it does. And this girl was raised properly. She's like, you go to the school, and then you go to the job, and then you come home and yell at your husband about your day's work.
Structure is my game. So
and I'm just no.
I like the structure that is provided with a job.
My last job was, I did work with a friend, and he actually paid me a paycheck, but it was a friend, and we were working together to build his business. That was like 5 years ago, and it was just for 1 year or so. But before that, the last job I had was at a radio station where I was a DJ, and then I wouldn't even cash the paychecks because at the time it was an insult.
Hard.
It was an insult to paychecks, and this was like the late 90s. And if I cashed the paycheck, then I had to like work. But what I really wanted to do was just come on and talk on the air. So I didn't cash the paychecks. And then once they forced me to do it, then they were like, hey, why don't you answer the phones? Are you serious? I'll answer the phones for you. You'll get nothing.
Ladybug is saying cowbell, and Matt, I did do the air horn. I'll do it again.
Can you really ever have too much? We don't have.
We need a cowbell.
Let's do Put down your list.
Cow
bowels.
Good Lord, what is wrong with my mouth hole today?
You have cow bowels too. Remember, we heard your bowels.
Oh yeah. I have this running list of sound effects that I need programmed on my little thing. So now I will.
So cowbells and cow bowels.
I wonder what the cow.
We can do that.
I think it's the coffee. But yes, I've always liked the stableness of or the structure of a job that someone else has provided me. But I hate I'm loving this so much more.
And I never hated her, but she literally come home.
I was nervous to do anything outside of that.
Her whole work, her whole life, her whole attitude, everything was about her job. And I used to call it dropping her off at daycare because I would go like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd go in the route with all the other people,
he would bring me to work,
suckers going to work. And it was a half hour each way. So I would 2 hours a day. I was in traffic to take her to work. So I guess I didn't like that.
Do I sense some bitterness?
There's a little bit of resentment in there with that. And I only did that for 30 years, so it wasn't like too bad.
Only.
But because she doesn't drive, so that's a kink in the giddy up there. But Nonetheless, I really always wanted her to come work with me. And thankfully, we had a global pandemic, which made our choices for you.
No, do not. Wait, rewind. Oh, yeah, that's actually one of the sound effects I want. Yeah. I have that on my list.
Okay, good.
I have a whole list of them.
Oh,
I need to see this.
What?
Jack is saying I sent you a pic of me holding the most valuable.
Wait, Magic would fly him around the world. You mean like Magic cards, like Magic?
Yeah. He said Magic the Gathering.
That's neat.
The most valuable Magic the Gathering item and most expensive fantasy art piece in the world.
Wow.
Oh no. Yeah.
Just sent you. Okay. So that's that. I see. You ever want crazy? Go and check out Magic the Gathering art room. Oh, it's obscene. Yeah, well, I don't know anything about that. You know what we do know about that is that about 2 or 3 weeks ago we were driving over in our local area, and there's this little store, and it says it's a card store. It's called Black Knight in Essex Junction, Vermont. Never seen a person in there. Never really understood what it was. I thought
very
they maybe
inconspicuous, like you would never know.
I thought maybe there was like
really
old Nintendo cartridges. Like, I don't know what they do in there. And then one day, like 3 weeks ago, there was a line of 50, 60, 100 people out in front. So that's how I roll. I just like pulled in. I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing over here?
You're like, it looks like something fun is going on. Should I be standing in line?
Should we be in line here too? And they were like, it's Magic.
Uh-oh, your phone died.
Uh-oh.
Did your phone die?
Probably. Here, now just look at, we're going to stay just like that for now, because we probably have to go because it looks like the phone died.
Maybe not.
No, it did.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, dear. No, it's still there. Huh. Well, we have technical difficulties, which I don't know. Look at that. You have a nice little smile. Oh, this smile on this face is different. Well, anyway, I don't think we have.
You look like Popeye.
I've had all I can stand. I can't stand no more. Well, I don't know. No, I got plenty of juice. So as long as I'm just looking at my phone here, I'm going to say, oh, we made a sale during the show.
Uh-oh.
Cha-ching.
Oh, is that why it went off?
What?
Do you not have it in Do Not Disturb?
I don't have it in Do Not Disturb. You can't disturb me.
That could be it.
Wait, say other things, and then I'll try to put this back.
Oh, wait. I wonder, can you guys hear us still? You just
this is the camera and audio are separate. Say swears and see if they hear that.
Oh, yeah, look. Oh.
Okay, we're coming back. We're coming back, peeps. There we are. Okay, I had to restart the camera. I don't know why that happened, but it did. And we're going to deal with it. We're going to work through this problem like we worked through eBay together.
We just hit the floor and then we just got right back up.
That's right. When you fall off the horse. Now, perhaps that's why I deal with change so well. I was recalling, I don't think I repeated this story yet. We were talking to my mom. And when I was a kid, it sounds better than it was, but we had horses growing up. My grandfather was retired, and Western horses. So it's not like the magical story about horseback riding, and I'm jumping over in a majestic steed. We had Appaloosa horses, which are beautiful, and we rode Western around the foothills of California. So it was quite nice, actually. But anyway, so I'm a youngster, and I'm a little headstrong. Definitely in my single-digit ages. And when you deal with horses, you have a lead and then you have reins. So a lead kind of looks like reins, but you just pull the horse around with you. It fits over their head. It's a harness. And then reins actually pull the horse, and you can steer the horse or stop the horse. And the horse kind of has a natural understanding of how you're pulling their head on what to do. And we went out to the horses after school one day, and we didn't have reins, but we had a lead. And I'm like, Grandpa, you will let me ride the horse now? He's like, no, we don't have reins. You can't ride the horse. You don't understand, stupid. He didn't say stupid, but he should have. And so then I'm like, no, you do what I say, Grandpa. So then he lifts me up and he puts me on the back of the horse and he hands me the lead. And the horse just tears off running. We are 150 yards away from any trees or anything. Horse runs to the closest tree. Cindy was her name. And I'm holding the lead and I'm pulling on it, but it's not doing anything. It does the lead, it does nothing. And so the horse runs to the closest tree with a branch and just sweeps me off her back. I'm like on the ground going, And I was fine. But the lesson I learned was, well, I learned so many lessons in that one piece. First of all, listen to Grandpa. Second of all, the right tool matters. So if you only have a lead and you need reins, you need a reins, not just the lead. I learned, ouch. I learned a lot of lessons, but what I did learn was also what did I learn? What was the most important thing I learned?
How to swear?
Swear, yeah, probably swear. Adapting, maybe? Was that adapting? Was you can't do everything all at once. Like, sometimes you need to wait. Sometimes you need to strategize, like go home and get the reins. I don't think that was a really good anecdote at all. But it was funny because I got my butt kicked by a horse.
Jeff is in the house.
Hello, Jeffrey.
He had to pick some orders. Jack gave him the normal wake-up call.
Yeah, Spam's in front. Spam is the frontal. She's my frontal lobe today. That's what she said. Also, Jack gave you the call. Spam is in front. Hey, all. Hope everyone had a great holiday. Spam is busting out to say hello. Let's see. Need to pack more orders.
Jack is a machine.
Horses are smart. Yes, horses are so smart.
Yeah.
Only 3 overnight. The origin of Primo's potty mouth. Russell fracking. Yeah, I was like a little Yosemite Sam sitting there on my back after the horse. And then the horse kept running. So I'm like sitting there in the dust by myself, under a tree, which should have been, and it was a glorious California day too. And I had the wind knocked out of me.
Jack said
Jack will be up listing for another 15 hours.
Off and on. Well, thanks for spending your break with us, Jack.
Yeah, seriously.
Right,
and I wouldn't say I am not a qualified independent counselor type person, but I think that doing anything for too long without segregated, like 15 hours of eBay seems.
Make sure you're getting up, stretching those legs.
You don't want blood clots. I'm worried about your blood clots. I'm worried about your hydration. I'm worried about your vision.
Move those little ankles around if you're sitting. Yeah.
Biff's been doing. I think he's been experimenting with Google Ads directly as opposed to through.
Oh.
And I don't know all the specifics. I forget all the specifics, but I think he might have been talking about doing store. Are you leading people to store or to items? I'm not sure if you have the choice. So
how do you do that?
Well, you just literally do. It's a pay-per-click universe. You just do it through Google. You buy your ads through Google, and you can point your ads to anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing nuclear reset or any resets, you would just have to point them to your store, not to your items. Right?
Yes. And I think in general, pay-per-clicks are pointing to stores. I can't imagine they're pointing to a specific item unless you have 1 million of that one item that's replenishable. So.
Oh, okay. He's getting 12% click-through to the store, and he pays about 6 cents. Okay.
12% click-through rate right to the store at 6 cents. That seems way more reasonable than eBay's at this point. I know James was reporting 23 cents. So sometimes I just can't remember where I hear the information from, so don't quote me on that. But he was reporting a higher pay-per-click, which usually I'm used to pay-per-clicks that are in the 23 cents to $1.25 kind of. But that's old SE. That's an old Google ad. What was the Google thing they had before? They had AdSense and they had AdWords, right? And I used to make hundreds of dollars a month on a static website, just running ads on it. It was a good website showing my store items, but I wasn't updating it or anything. And I left it there for 10 years and it still generated income. Not quite as much because it wasn't being used, but it still generated money just for no reason. Jack says some words.
He's saying he moves around. It's a process. Got to do what you got to do to get back to normal. After his divorce, which yeah, wrecked him. eBay followed it up. Yeah,
the kick in the gut.
That really sucks. You've been through a lot, Jack, and I'm really sorry for that. But I think you're on the right path, and you're doing everything in your power, and it's gonna end up having good results. I feel it for you.
Yeah, the three, and then Joker 1964 said I tried the offsite ads through eBay, and was only getting ROAS. Yes, Biff Boffo is doing it through Google, not through eBay. So doing it directly through who eBay says they're giving the money to then give it back. He's doing it directly for only 6 cents. 6 cents a click sounds really cheap. So if you are getting that, and that's and a 12% click-through rate is getting action to your store, how are those converting? Who knows? Maybe you know. But it's not going to come through on the ROAS of eBay. And eBay's ROAS is bull crapple, because I know that for a fact, because they use the organic, they count the your organic impressions in there. I'm sorry, your organic impressions, page views into your ROAS. Now, return on ad spend. That means you spend $1 and you get $4 back. But they're counting your organic sales. Well, does that actually help you? Okay, let's figure this out while we're together.
No, that would mean then that they're trying to make it look like you made more from paying for your ads.
Paying for it, yes.
But
so how is that going to show up to you? So, okay, let's say you've got 50% of your, let's say you've got 100 items. And
where's your calculator?
I'm going to do this by hand because it's much more fun. And I have this special 1980s Leadworks Santa Claus pencil, which has to go away soon, so I'm going to use it. You have 100 items. 50 of them are promoted. 50 of them are not. They're all worth $1, and you're promoting at 10%. So that means this whole group is worth 90 cents. This whole group is worth $1 whole. Why did I do that? I don't even know. So then,
I don't know either.
So then you've got, so what they're saying is you're spending 10 cents per item on the half of your store to sell it, but they're including the numbers from the other 50% of your store to show you that you're making more money than you really are on your ad spends. That's proof.
So
did I not prove? Look,
you did show all the scribbles. So people are interested in.
Look, there's proof right there. Nobody can deny the math.
People are interested.
Math numbers don't lie.
In Biff's off-site ads without using eBay to do it.
Yeah, do it through Google. That's not. It's much more direct forward. I'm just much more direct forward. Much more.
Sherry McD was. She's asking Biff, when you say the store, eBay store or Shopify store? Did I miss that?
I believe he's saying his eBay store, because generally we're talking about eBay, but that doesn't mean anything. I'd be curious to know that as well. ROAS is like 28%, 3.5. You see, you're saying 10 is 100%.
Now the math is mathin'.
Yeah, math is terrible. Why should I let eBay? Yes, of course. No, that's exactly right. Biff, is it ridiculous that people are paying for offsite ads on eBay right now? I mean, I'm not saying, is it ridiculous that eBay presented offsite ads like they would help people, which they absolutely 100% will not. And when they say, we don't even know where the money goes. Here, Google, here's a big pile of money. We're not taking anything. Hands off. We didn't do it. That just is such a big lie. I mean, it's a lie in the sense that it's probably actually misleading. And then it's also not true.
Well, it will be interesting to see once because he's saying that he's still sort of doing the study on how this is actually affecting his sales and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what the results are when you have a better understanding of it. The only reason why I do Google Ads is that I am a specific niche, so I'm basically pushing one product. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what pay per click is for. Is for one specific item, one specific type of item, and many of them. That's what you don't. Please, people, don't pay per click prices. I mean, don't even go to Google for 6 cents for pay per click, because you're going to end up spending more than a item may be worth. It's not built for that purpose. It's built for bigger players in the space. Did I sound professional? Bigger players in the space.
Yeah,
I feel proud of myself.
Yeah,
pat me on the back
terminology is definitely perfect. Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you so much. Thank you, everybody. Joker 1964. That's Jen, right?
Yeah, it's
Jen.
not Joker.
It's not. It's Joker, but whatever. We can call you Jen. I just decided to up my promoted rate rather than pay for off-site ads, and the jury's out on that. I think that in order to use promoted listings properly, which again we're 0 right now, which does not tell you whether or not we're pro or I'm not anti-advertising at all. We're just trying to prove a point and sort of do enough investigation, at least 3 months, possibly a year of seeing, how it works.
But that is accompanied with doing the reset every day.
Yes, every single day I'm relisting an entire store. So
if we weren't doing the reset, then
we'd have a whole different
story.
Math to be math in for sure.
Yeah.
865 picker. The only reason, the niche quest comment, when I get my marketplace worked, I'll be paying Google and Facebook to bring people to that marketplace. And yes, Jack. So wait, Jack, can you please answer that question? Is district, are you supposed to be going to another website? So in other words, if I would go to primokimo.com, which I own, that would be where my district store should be. I mean, ideally, best practices, I would put my district store at my website. I wouldn't, when everything is all set up and working properly, you're not sending people to district.net and then to your store, correct? You're sending people directly to jacksrecords.com, and the infrastructure of your platform, of the district platform, is installed on your website. So it's sort of, with lack of a better term, it's still running on their servers, but you know what I'm saying. It's like they're providing.
You're saying it's like a Shopify. That's what you were comparing
yeah.
it to, is district like a Shopify. But
that's what I'd like to
know. With district though, you can go to their website.
You can, and you can for Shopify too. They just don't.
You can search for items on Shopify, and it will bring you to.
It probably searches store keywords. It doesn't, not specific items, and that's the same for district. That's why I'm asking. It's just like eBay. You have marketplaces. Oh, he won't have a website. He'll just have the marketplace. Because I know, again, Didbit, if you go, why don't I just go look at that?
Grams and Pops Vintage.
Aloha, welcome.
Good afternoon to you.
So I'm going to go to dibdit.com, and I'm betting it's going to show me basically their store. Let's see. Yes. So, no, actually, no, it didn't. It just forwarded me to district.net/didbit.
But they had to have linked it to that, right?
They did. They just forwarded their website. They got the website. But I believe there's a Hey Fro Pop Culture. I have to look at that, though. Hey Fro Pop Culture.
Oh, you don't have it spelled correctly.
I will fix that. Okay, it's not up yet, so don't go there. But I know he has it. So I think it's, I don't know. I just have this sneaky suspicion that that's what this is going to be. It's going to be a Shopify kind of a store where you essentially install it into your own website, or you can do it on district.net. But right now it does look like it's all forwarding. What about Crazy Lamp Lady? She has a store too. I'm just going to search for Crazy Lamp Lady store. So it shows her eBay store. Then it shows crazylamplady.com. That's knickknacks. No, so what she's doing is just going to a landing page, and then you can go to her whatnot store, her eBay store, or her knickknacks, which is her district store.
Okay.
So anyway, that's just what I wanted to. I was curious about that. I bet it's going to start fleshing out as more of a Shopify, a bit of a Shopify model.
Well, it really is just sort of this hodgepodge of all of these different
and resellers
platforms in one. Shopify, eBay, whatnot.
It is.
It's all
and as far
Facebook, as neighborhood pages. It's all everything like in one.
And I did want to talk quickly about also perhaps to edify myself, but multi-level marketing, which is some people's bugaboo about district. Is that a real thing? Because to me, multi-level marketing is where you get a whole bunch of product, and then you overcharge a person beneath you for that product, and you keep the difference from what you got from the person above you charged you for the product. Now, district, all they're charging 10%. You're paying 12.5%. You're paying eBay 13.5%. So as a seller, when you go on to district, you're only paying 12.5%. So I don't think it's multi-level marketing in any way. I understand how you get a little bit of a whiff of flavor of it. But you know how you get a little bit of Christmas roast beef stuck up in your tooth, and you get like,
and then later on you're like, wow.
Oh, what was that? Was that a little bit of multi-level marketing in my mouth? I understand how people say that, but I beg to differ. I do not think there's any component of MLMing in the district marketplace.
Wolfman's Goodies was saying car dealers, etc. I think was saying that in regards to how the offsite ads are good for like
car dealers, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so just it's really as simple as saying that you might be paying 25 cents to $1.25 per click on whatever you're sending those clicks to. So if you're sending those clicks to your store, okay, well, a store can absorb it because you've got maybe $50,000 worth of items in that store. A car could absorb that because you're looking at $10,000. It's a cheap, crappy car, but it's $10,000, and then you can absorb $100 in click prices. They come out, so that's why the pay-per-click model doesn't work for small.
And
people.
Biff is saying that Pinterest, he's been using that to help with his traffic, and it's free. And
nice.
Then
that's what it must be good for. It's got to be good for something, right?
Yeah, Patricia.
What is Pinterest? Except for clogging up
Patricia, and making up more words. Patricia said that Pinterest drives sales to her Etsy, and I am not surprised because I don't see it as much, but you know how I've said a million times how I go to Google and type in things that I'm interested in, like seeing pricing on or buying. And Pinterest used to come up all the time. I would get frustrated, though, because they wouldn't always direct me to where I could buy the item. Often it was just a photograph of something old that someone posted from an old magazine or something. But I can see how
it clogs up my Google results. Because when I'm looking for prices, that's what it does.
And
well, I just wanted to say that Heyfro is chiming in on the MLM. And for sure, there's no MLMing on the district. There's no selling of merchandise to a person below you for more than you bought it for. That just doesn't exist. That's just not what this is. So please, everybody, stop saying that, or I will spank you.
Yeah,
I'm going to come to your house and spank you. Okay, you can spank. I'll spank the boys. You'll spank the girls. So there's no impropriety.
My cast iron.
Yeah, why don't you have your head bonker?
Oh, I just photographed them and I created drafts for you to list them on eBay.
Jack, it literally got started just because of the whiff of the newness. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Because I wondered for a second too, but you if you just looked into it for 2 seconds, but it's much easier if you actually know someone who's doing it.
It's very legitimate.
I've been close to you and Jeff, and so you guys have let me know, and I've talked to a guy at District.
I see nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely,
at all. It makes absolute sense.
District is the greatest platform on the planet of Earth, when it reaches
eBay
maturity.
eBay status.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell that it's going to be. How could it be bad? It just needs less sellers and more buyers, like everything.
Jeff liked the skillet. It was a great touch yesterday.
I mean,
she brought it found those on the side of the road.
She brought it in here as sort of like, look what we found on the side of the road that's worth $100. So I mean,
two, and we got one of those
2 pans in one.
The red and white
and a Catherine home pan. They were sitting on the side of the road.
We at this one house. Some like crazy stuff.
Well, here let's put it into context. This is a house that the people in the spring,
they look like hoarders.
They're a bit of hoarders, and you just know they put some things out by the curb in the spring, and we watch them, and we get their stuff, and now we're rich like hay froze, swimming in our room of gold coins, backstroking in our room. Not sure how the pyramid crap. It just did. That's all. And here's the strange. People are saying certain things. What are their motivations? I don't get it. Sometimes people, Jack, sometimes people just say stuff. You know what? Who does that?
It's just not knowing all the details. And so it's speculation. That's all it is.
I mean, you have to consider the source and you have to consider what's important about the source. So in the sources of source, of course.
Good Karma Antiques. I break for yard sales, thrift stores, and weird stuff left on the curb.
You betcha. Remember, like last year before, we were driving down, and I mean, I feel bad, but not that bad. There was like a boom box, a vintage Sony boom box with the tag on it, sitting by a bus stop, and it was raining.
Yes,
it was raining.
That was one of your.
I did a full Kojak U-turn on that baby. And then I'm like, but it could be somebody. Somebody probably wanted this. They were on the bus. They're like, maybe they're even. I'm just guessing like this might have meant something to somebody. Well, it's out in the rain. It has a tag on it. And now it's in our bank account. That's how I look at it.
Oh, Patricia breaks for corrugated shipping boxes.
Oh, my goodness.
Jack, I just like the fact that there are those who act as though they're concerned about people getting crushed by eBay's practices, but tell people not to cross this, for instance, because eBay gate. I just don't let it sink into my brain. Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, I think the cross posting, if that works for you, is what you have to do in these times. I mean, no matter what, doing stuff is what you have to do. We all know it's kind of beating a dead something. I like horses. I don't want to say that, but
a dead spider.
Poor spider too. But I think that poor stink bug.
I save them all.
Damn mosquitoes, though.
Yes,
they can go right to hell.
It's like beating a dead mosquito.
Mosquitoes are horrible. So it's by saying that list it and leave it is dead. I mean, up till last year, eBay YouTubers were saying, you just list it and leave it. And we know that's not true anymore. So, people got to catch up. People should shift your allegiances a little bit, especially on YouTube where, allegiance is not heavily prized, I guess.
It's still evolving and we just adapt. We're trying to.
Yeah, spiders can kick rocks. They need to be respected, spiders. And they're in your walls eating other creeps. In the creepy spaces.
I take spiders outside. I do not kill any insects except for mosquitoes.
And that's just because they're just terrible. Jack is saying, if I'm at the ceiling with eBay, meaning you've been throttled somehow.
Yeah, I think you're on the right path. For sure.
You have to cross list and do local things, and that's what Jeff is doing, and he's seeing some results from that.
Yeah,
everybody's doing.
I
mean, we literally did that. So this whole year has about been going like we're literally swimming upstream in every conceivable way. The first years of the pandemic, we were selling on Marketplace and selling our art and house goods and doing great. And then this was the year we decided that we're going to frack the hoard and get our store to some position with the small items that pays the bills. And then we can go out and just spend properly for big items, for for high sell-through rate, awesome items, and spend what it needs. You know, if we have to spend 25% or 30% cost of goods on an item, then that's what we'll do. But we've got all these Fracking the Hoard things just to keep the income steady. So that's what they messed up for us this year, and that's what I'm still determined to completely experiment on. So that's going to take us probably through to June again, I'm guessing, unless something crazy happens between now and that's what we're going to do.
That's what we're going to do.
With consumer prices up 3.1% over last year's holiday season, I wonder what peeps will blame for low sales. Who blames the economy? Who blame the economy? The economy is a little messed up. There's no doubt, but it's ebb and flow. So some places are messed up that weren't, and some places are better than they were. I think maybe sounds good, right? But consumer purchases up 3.1%. Right. So you are saying exactly what I heard, that they were surprised. Economists were surprised that this season was up. It was they were saying, no,
sort
it's
of like
be
how
bad,
some of
but
us
it was
are
actually
surprised when we look at our eBay sales overall for the year. We're like, actually, they weren't all that bad for the whole year combined, you know.
Right.
They felt bad toward the end of the year.
We had 2 months of derailment, 2 pure months due to the broken ankle and the COVIDs. So we literally had 2 months of derailment where we couldn't perform our eBaying up to snuff.
We had COVID, we had broken ankle, and then we had real COVID.
And that meant, just we couldn't go do the things that we needed to do to be listing as much and stuff. So with that said, and seeing that we're only down 5%, I think that, to me, that means we got paid 2 months free for health. We took 2 months off this year for health.
But
if you do look at it that way, if you don't mind looking at it that way for a second, you can see that eBay was awesome. I guess it was kind of awesome.
We did what we could while we had those health things happening, but
I couldn't do anything.
I wasn't able to take pictures like normal. I mean, yeah, but
and then we couldn't go back and forth to storage. We couldn't do, we just couldn't do everything. Are you to the pressing of the note?
Look at his little paw.
Oh, look at that little tender. Look at those little tender raisins on the bottom.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, tender raisins.
Oh, good heavens.
There's his head. Look at that eyeball right there poking out.
That's not an eye.
Over here. I'm pointing right there.
Oh,
look at that head. It's all shiny. Look at the limelight shining off his little marbles.
He's like,
hi, Boo. Are you ready for us to be off the show so we can go do something? Go for a walk? We take him over to Ace Hardware where he takes a dump every day. He loves that.
Ace is the place where Poki takes a dump. Yep.
That's the song.
That's our news. But no, we got to do what Jack said, which is like pre-recorded videos. So we need to work on at least one of those and get that.
Oh, yes, we will. So we will promise you guys. Why not? We'll do a couple of actual regular videos. Packaging. We have some goofy packaging videos that are already ready. So I guess that's what we'll...
Nice, Jack. Oh, wow. He just got a somewhat decent offer. $125 on a $200 book, and I paid 25 cents for it.
Right now? So what you're saying, Jack, is that watching our show actually got you this sale. So everybody, please go like this live video.
Saying do a Tiki Tease. Yes, okay, Friday. Thank you, Jack, for the reminders.
And subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We're close to 1,000. We need to get to 1,000. Once we get to 1,000, then we can totally gouge and make videos with lots of ads.
No, we will not. Oh, well, there will probably be ads, but we're not going to. Okay, thank you for all the celebratory emojis and. The Tiki Tease.
So our next show will be Friday at 4 p.m. Where we try not to talk about eBay and we just talk about other fun things. And we sit right here, and it looks exactly the same as this, except I wear a different hat. And we don't talk about eBay.
It's what we did before we started the eBay YouTube videos. We always did
talk about fun stuff and just getting ready for the weekend.
Kimo's Talk Story Happy Hour.
Number 81 will be this Friday.
Ooh.
So aloha, everybody, and thank you very much. Shoots, Shaka, to the B-Dog.
Thank you, everyone, for being here.
And Jack's got some rum. If you guys enjoy alcoholic adult beverages, feel free to have one ready at 4 o'clock, and we will enjoy one together as we do. Aloha to everybody.
Really, thank you so much.
I could name everybody, but it'll take forever. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we enjoy having your company here. So thank you.
Yes, you make it fun. Thank you.
We'll see you guys on Friday.